We continue with the breaking news of a major problem with computer systems that have caused a severe global IT outage, disrupting business and government services. Planes have been grounded, train services delayed, TV channels have gone off the air, banks, supermarket chains and mobile phone operations have also been hit.
As we are now beginning to witness the beginning of Armageddon, where are the men? Well, men are going their own way as everything collapses. We already know that on July 19th, 2024, there was a major bug that hit Windows and took many of the systems offline. As a result, you had planes that were stranded in the air, unable to land, while other flights were unable to take off. Stores were not able to allow shoppers to check out their items. Emergency rooms locked up their doors and were turning patients away. Yeah, this is the beginning of the end. And where the heck are men? Where are the men? The men are just chilling, relaxing, and having nothing to do with any of it.
7 million men ages 25 to 54 not working or looking for work. 7 million. You can't build a civilization, a culture, a nation, an economy on men who are not activated and working and producing.
Well, Microsoft says it is investigating the issue, which appears to be linked to the global cybersecurity firm CrowdStrike. Now, Microsoft says that it is taking what it's calling mitigating actions. The full scale of this problem still isn't clear.
By the founder and CEO of CrowdStrike, George Kurtz. George, it's good to see a lot of people woke up. They saw that blue screen of death. We've been hearing all about the messes at the airports. A lot of broadcast channels, Australia, even ours here. We had those blue screens everywhere. People are wondering what happened. So what did happen?
Yeah, so first, thank you for giving me the opportunity to chat with you first on air. And I want to start with saying we're deeply sorry for the impact that we've caused to customers, to travelers, to anyone affected by this, including our companies. So we know what the issue is. We're resolving and have resolved the issue now. It's recovering systems that are out there. And essentially, as you've talked about in the statement I put out, is the system was sent an update, and that update had a software bug in it and caused an issue with the Microsoft operating system. And we identified this very quickly and remediated the issue. And as systems come back online, as they're rebooted, they're coming up and they're working. And now we are working with each and every customer to make sure that we can bring them back online.
Now, guys, think about this. Billions and billions of dollars have been lost in a single day because of what's happened. People are stranded. There are people who will be sleeping at the airports tonight. There are people who needed to see a doctor. They were turned away from the emergency room. This is insane stuff, guys. And all the while, 7 million men, just to be clear, that's their estimates. It's actually 30 million, over 30 million men that have completely walked away from society in the United States, are no longer working between the ages of 25 and 54. Okay? Guys, that's almost all men. That's almost all men. Of all men have quit and are at home living their best lives. And they have no interest in re-engaging with society. This was literally a preview of things to come. And when we have this catastrophe, this time, the next time, when it's full blown, it just took one external company to knock Windows offline around the world and creates extraordinary amounts of havoc. When this happens, and it will happen again, especially in the age of AI, guess what? You're going to need strong men to step out and to save society and to do manual work, because there's not going to be anything, they're going to have to work without machines. They're going to have to police the streets, police their communities. They're going to have to pump water, maybe deliver water to people in need, and food and food to people in need. Okay? They're going to have to carry people to the hospital, set up tents, makeshift this, makeshift that. Guess what? Men aren't going to be doing any of that stuff. You're going to be at home, chilling, relaxing, focusing entirely on themselves, worrying entirely about themselves, okay? Because a lot of these men are also preppers. So they have water put down, okay? They have food stocked up. They have mountains and mountains of toilet paper, detergent. Listen to me. Gasoline, propane. They're not worried about any of this stuff. They're not worried about any of this stuff. Some of these guys have animals like rabbits and other stuff that they're breeding. So they will always have meat. And they know some guys who hunt, they don't even worry about any of this stuff because they already know where their food is coming from. And when the power goes out, it doesn't matter what anyone has to say. Okay? Suddenly, people discover Twitter is not a real place. Reddit is not a real place. Facebook is not a real place. None of these things, the internet is not a real place. Once all the power goes out, we're plunged into reality. Many of you all know what I'm talking about back in 2003, where the power went out on the Northeast from Michigan all the way down to New York. I was in New York at the time. And while everyone was cowering and, while the boomers were all cowering inside, Gen X was out there partying and having barbecues and block parties. Men in this era are in their soft guy era. These dudes are not playing around.
Phone with someone I was seeing, and she asked me how my day was going, and I explained I was at the airport. And then she said, "I'm glad you got there safe." And I said, "Yeah, I had to take an Uber." I had to block her. I mean, she was great and everything. She was emotionally intelligent, always paid for dinner, pretty much catered to my every need. But if you hear I'm taking an Uber to the airport and your first move is not to open up Venmo and send me money, are you even a real woman? And then you find out I'm on a commercial flight and you don't immediately charter me a private jet. I know my worth, drizzle, drizzle. I'm in my soft guy era. I want to be pampered. And if you're broke, just say that. And I'm sure later she'll come around looking for some sugar, but this sugar don't mix without drizzle.
Oh! Oh my gosh. Where did these sassy men come from? Where did these sassy men come from, y'all? This is the reality. Guys, when everything goes to hell and the world needs men, all you're going to hear is drizzle, drizzle. Cry me a river, drizzle, drizzle. Because men will be prioritizing themselves. And the thing is, again, when you can't use your phone, when Twitter is down, when everything is in chaos, there will be no men. Okay? Communication, it'll all be word of mouth. And that's when you basically fall under what's that thing called? You're basically at the mercy of the state. You're basically at the mercy of the state. Oh, martial law, where they tell you don't even go outside. We all remember what that's like, right? We all remember what it's like when you're told don't go outside, because we've experienced it. And everyone's stuck inside, and you're like, when can we go outside again? There'll be posters. Someone will come around. 9 months later, people are inside. They're basically using urine as a drinking water source, right? They haven't had a shower in months. They've been living off chickpeas and a little bit of mold, and they're losing hope, and they're so bored. But the hunger is what hurts the most, because there's the boredom, but then there's the hunger, and it's like a lot of these people never experienced hunger in their lives. At least the people who are still around. Because just like with Gen X, the weak ones didn't make it. The weak ones didn't make it. By the way, guys, subscribe to our new newsletter for my personal thoughts and insights. You can click the link in the description, and it's actually a great free gift over there. So if you want to check out the gift, it's related to finance, getting out of the rat race. You can check out the newsletter. Go click the link in the description to find that. And also, guys, join the Angry Guy community for exclusive content or just to support the channel by going to angrygalaxy.com, or you can also find a link to our Angry Guy community in the description of the video, so you can go and check that out. Men are going their own way as everything collapses, y'all, and they're not looking back. What do you guys think about this? Let me know your thoughts, and we'll talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you like the video, share the video, and just remember that all roads lead to MWA, Men Walking Away, and cheers.